Tuanigamanuolepola Tagovailoa. On March 2, 1998, Tua Ta was in Ewa Beach, Hawaii. Tua is 23 years old. He plays quarterback for the Miami Dolphins of the National Football League in American football, NFL. The oldest of Diane and Galu Tagovailoa's 4 children is Tagovailoa. His brother Taulia plays football for Alabama and has 2 sisters, Taylor and Taysia. Tua was rumored to have developed a passionate interest in football. When he was younger, he used to nap with a football tucked under his arm. When he was 8 years old, he regularly completed passes longer than 30 yards during Pop Warner games. Tua Tagovailoa, Tua's grandfather, served as his primary source of inspiration. He was confident that his grandson would one day become a football star. After Tua passed away in the middle of 2014, Tua thought about giving up football, but his father persuaded him that the best way to honor his grandfather was to keep playing. Not everyone in Tagovailoa's family has a sporting connection. His father's influence inspired him and instructed him on how to play football. Galu, the sole left-handed member of his family, taught Tua how to use his left hand even though he naturally favors his right. Tua is also named after his father's brother, Tuanigamanuolepola, who shares the same name. He was given the name in honor of an uncle who loved athletics and once reputedly weighed 500 pounds. In Honolulu, Tagovailoa entered St. Louis High School and enrolled at the University of Alabama to play football in college. In the 2017 and 2018 seasons, Tua assisted in leading the Crimson Tide to berths in the national championship game. He was regarded as the top dual-threat quarterback in the class of 2017 and the 32nd best player overall. Despite being selected by the Dolphins in the 2020 NFL Draft, Tua's season was abruptly stopped in 2019 due to a dislocated hip. He is a right-handed quarterback but plays left. For the 2018 campaign, Tagovailoa received several additional accolades and prizes, such as the Maxwell and Walter Camp Awards and a spot on the Heisman Trophy finalist list. He played college football for Alabama, where he won the 2017 and 2018 national championship games and finished the 2018 season as Kyler Murray's closest rival for the Heisman Trophy. He was taken 5th overall by the Dolphins in the 2020 NFL Draft, which came after his severe hip injury during his junior season in 2019. Last year, Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa made NFL history by throwing a pass in a regular season game for the first time in several years. It was apparent because past national champion at Alabama, Steve Young, followed a once semi-trend started and maintained by men like Mark Brunell, Michael Vick, and others. Several screenshots from Madden 22, the newest installment in the storied and long-running virtual football franchise, have leaked. Tagovailoa was throwing right-handed. Tagovailoa turned to throw left-handed because of his father despite being a natural righty. However, if those pictures are genuine, they would fit in with other bizarrely amusing Madden gaffes, like this one from Gamer RBT. Tua does not currently have a girlfriend, although he was cited as saying in 2019 that he desired someone who could sneak him treats away from his parents' prying eyes and rigorous diet. Tagovailoa makes it a point to avoid the spotlight and keeps a low profile when discussing his personal life. Tua might be seeing someone in private, the specifics have not yet been made public, but he might not publicly date anyone. Tagovailoa is of Samoan heritage even though he was reared in Hawaii. Despite coming from American Samoa, his mother, Diane Tagovailoa, was born and raised in Hawaii. When he was 3 years old, Tagovailoa's father, who was also born in Samoa, migrated to Hawaii. Galu and Diane Tagovailoa brought up their kids to uphold Samoan traditions and customs, such as the language and ceremonies associated with weddings and funerals. Tua hopes to pass on the same values to his children. Since 2019, Tua's total wealth has considerably increased. Tua signed a $30.3 million rookie contract with a $19.6 million signing bonus, though it's unclear how much he has amassed. A $1.65 million mansion in South Florida belongs to Tua. He purchased an $80,000 Escalade for his mother and, for his father, a $10,000 Rolex watch. The Miami Dolphins chose him as the 5th overall pick out of the 58 players the NFL invited to the draft, which was held virtually because of social segregation rules. Since 2010, Tagovailoa has been the first left-handed quarterback selected by an NFL franchise. Family and religion, particularly Christianity, are deeply ingrained in Samoan culture, and the Tagovailoas is no exception. As devoted Christians, Tua and Taulia Tagovailoa were taught to honor their parents, elders, and spiritual guides. This was especially clear in January 2018, when Tagovailoa, fresh from guiding Alabama to a victory over Georgia, The team displayed a comeback victory in the college football playoff final game. Music and dancing are essential components of Samoan culture. It has also been reported that Tagovailoa participates in that custom. In June 2018, Al.com recorded a video of him dancing the Taulia, a traditional Samoan dance. The Taulia is typically presented as the event's grand conclusion, frequently by the honoree. Discipline is another component of Samoan tradition. When the SEC championship game rolled around in 2018, ESPN aired a contentious discussion between Tagovailoa and Tom Rinaldi in which the former claimed he was physically punished for not living up to standards, whether on the football field or in the classroom. It is said that people want Tua to fail because they despise Alabama. During his tenure in Tuscaloosa, he destroyed numerous programs, inadvertently earning some critics. It's evident that hatred followed him into the professional ranks, and the critics will never adjust their thoughts no matter his success in the NFL. Tua must be a dud because Burrow and Herbert had great seasons. Although Burrow and Herbert appear to be the real deal, Tua Tagovailoa won't be a failure despite their triumphs. Do you recall the 1983 NFL draft? The NFL career of John Elway was pretty darn good. This does not imply, however, that Jim Kelly and Dan Marino had poor ones. The table has enough space for several quarterbacks to dine. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.